or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. With SkyVision, there's nothing like your skin to carry you, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about SkyVision and visit SkyVision.com or call 1-866-SkyVision to learn more.
Welcome to this edition of Teton Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio. Let's send it over to your voice of the Tetons, Mike Ruder. Teton Basketball starts now. For Williston State return to take on their old team in the Buccaneers, as these two teams have already played one time so far this season. That came during the Buster Gillis tournament in the second game of the third game of the season for Williston State. It was the championship game of the Buster Gillis tournament, in which Williston State won 76-67. Looking at some more recent ball, we'll take a look first at the Buccaneers. They come into the game, they are 1-9 in their last 10 games, and they've been up against some fantastic competition. Multiple games against Gillette and Casper College, a couple of teams that the Tetons went up against down in Gillette, Wyoming. They were 1-2 against those two squads, and the Tetons looking to get their 10th conference win of the season against the Buccaneers, who are set at 5-5 overall on conference play. Overall on the season, they are 5-14. Their last win came on the 15th of January. That was on the road in Bismarck against United Tribes Technical College. Taking a look at some of the statistics for the Buccaneers through their 18 games, they're scoring 60 points per game, shooting 34% from the field, 25% from beyond the arc, 60% from the charity stripe, pulling down 38 rebounds per game, and assisting 12 times per contest. Looking at what they're allowing defensively, they're allowing their opponents to shoot 30% from beyond the arc, 44% overall. They're allowing 76 points per game, committing just under 18 fouls per game, stealing it 10 times per game, committing 22 turnovers. Looking at some of the individual scores for the Buccaneers, Kylie Oldock, she's coming in, averaging 16 points per contest. She's by far putting up the most shots of anyone. She had over 20 points against Williston State in Newtown at the start of the year. She is averaging 6 for 16 from the floor, including going 1 for 5 from beyond the arc. The Buccaneers are shooting, or averaging 5.5 of 23 from 3. Also scoring in double digits for the Bucks is the current Mondac Conference Player of the Week in Mackenzie Peterson. She's averaging 13.3, and Evelyn Old Coyote is averaging 9.7. Looking at rebounding for the Pioneers, topping the way is Mackenzie Peterson. She's just shy of 7 rebounds per game, and Old Coyote is at 6.5. Old Coyote also dishing it out fairly efficiently on the floor. She's averaging 2.8 assists per game, with Kylie Oldock also leading the way. She has 3.1 assists per contest. Taking a peek over at Williston State and the Tetons, they've also played 18 games on the year with a 16-2 record. Their last 2 losses came on the road against Western Nebraska Community College and Casper College. Those were part of the border war down in Gillette, Wyoming. Since those 2 losses, they have rattled off 5 wins in a row, looking to make it 6 here tonight. The final game of a 3-game homestand here at the Well in Williston until next week, when they travel to Miles City on the 25th, Thursday, and then next Sunday they'll be at Lake Region State in Devil's Lake to play the Royals. The Tetons will look to get the best shot that the Buccaneers have to offer. We'll look at the stats coming in for Williston State. Through their 18 games played, they're scoring just just under 78 points per game, shooting 46% from the field, 32% from beyond the arc, 72% from the line, and 40 rebounds per game to go along with just under 19 assists per game. The Tetons coming into this one against the Buccaneers in the rebounding margin. There'll be a +2. Let's see if they can handle that and increase that. They've been doing a very good job of rebounding. Everyone's been getting in on the party. Looking at what the Tetons are allowing defensively, they've been holding their opponents to shooting 23% from beyond the arc, 33% from the field, and only allowing teams to score 55 points per game. Tetons have been fouling 14 times per contest, blocking just under 4 times per game, getting 9 steals, 14.5 turnovers, and an impressive 18.8 assists per game. They're a +5 overall in the rebounding category for the season. Just under 7 minutes left to go before we get underway here from the well in Williston. We're going to kick it back to the station for a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at the conference standings and also other games that are going on around the conference. You're listening to Teton Basketball right here on 660 Keys News Radio. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
One more choices for financial institution, really the best, the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Money done the Western way. WCC will provide you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality. Every time you walk through our door, you feel like neighbors ought to treat each other. Because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. We know you're here when you see the bison on our side. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste anywhere they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across the table and grab for it. A stranger could suddenly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. So no matter what you do or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, you're ready to protect it at all times. Because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price, sells, cars, and Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price, sells, cars, at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer printing.
G&G Pharmacy, an independently owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-through window and a traditional retail store. Medicine and drug toys available at the downtown service truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription is ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979. From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Basketball on 660 Keys News Radio, 3.5 minutes before we get underway here for this one from the well in Williston. Time now to take a look at the standings for the women's side of the Montague Conference. On top of the heap still is Williston State and the Tetons. They're a perfect 9-0 on the season in the Montague. Looking to make it 10-0 here to this afternoon for the Sunday matinee. 16-12 overall on the season. Next up is NDSCS and the Wildcats at 9-1. Lake Region State at 5-4. Dawson Community College at 5-5. Dakota College of Botno at 3-7. Miles Community College at 3-7. United Tribes at 3-7. And Bismarck State at 2-8. Logjam at the bottom half of the conference standings. It is going to be a foot race between the Tetons and the Wildcats to see who's going to take home the regular season crown as well as host the postseason tournament for 2023-2024. The Tetons would love to have some home cooking and host the tournament here in Williston, and that'll be coming up at the end of February. Still a lot of basketball left to go, so it is still anyone's game in the Montague. Chance for some teams to make their run at the top, and if not the top, then make a run for a home basketball game for some of the lower seeds. So Bismarck State, Tribes, Miles, Dakota College of Botno, Dawson, and Lake Region State all will be in a dogfight here as they work their way through this 24 side of the campaign. Looking at the other games that will be going on today here in the Montague Conference, it'll be United Tribes at Lake Region State, Bismarck State at NDSCS for both men's and women's. And then here coming up after this women's game, it'll be Dawson men's, and they'll look to put their impressive 8-2 conference record against the Tetons, who are coming in at 1-8 overall on the season. Final minute left to go here before we get underway in Williston. And in attendance here today for this edition of Teton Basketball will be the Missouri Ridge Elementary School. So it'll be signs are being hung up along the well, and the corporate sponsor, Dakota Supply Group, handing out some free Teton sunglasses for all the youngsters to wear. So good to see some youth in attendance, and a good fan turnout is already trickling in for the first of two games here in Williston. And the Tetons still warming up. They look like they are sharp and getting ready to go. Taking a look at their individual leaders here the final few seconds before we get kicked off. Taylor Moffitt scoring 16.4 points per game overall, just shy of 20 points in conference. Kansas, his bad horse at 15. Allison Coonsey at 13. Allie Garcia at 11. And Cammie Harris coming in 9.7 overall, but in conference games, she's above 10 points per game at 10.7. So it is a wave of Tetons that will come at you, and they like to get up and down the court as the final seconds tick off the clock here on the American State Bank scoreboard. As we have some pregame announcements, and then we'll have the starting lineup and national anthem here on Coach Terry Olson Court at the Well in Williston. We're going to kick it away for a final 90-second timeout while we have the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and tip-off for Teton basketball. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
On Sundays, the NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings with 63 HD TVs having the NFL package. Do not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rigo Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, food, sports.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better
That's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Your education should have been putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With their flexible and convenient associate and associate of applied science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit willistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where people make the difference.
Back here for Teton basketball. Just finished the national anthem. Time now for the starting lineups. They'll get things kicked off first with the Buccaneers of Dawson Community College. Out first is going to be number 3, Danica Delaney, a 5'5" sophomore guard from Papua New Guinea. Next out, number 10, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Hardin, Montana, Brianna Oldelk. Number 15, a 6'1" sophomore forward from Nevada, Mackenzie Peterson. Number 23, Kylie Oldelk, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Hardin, Montana. And rounding out the starting lineups is number 33, a 5'9" sophomore forward from Glenolyn, Montana, Evelyn Oldcoyote. Time now for the starting lineups for your Williston State Tetons. Out first, a 5'4" sophomore guard from Grenora, North Dakota, number 3, Elizabeth Field. A 5'10" freshman forward from Malta, Montana, number 5, Allison Coonsey. A 5'7" sophomore guard from Mount Barker, Australia, number 11, Taylor Moffitt. A 5'9" freshman guard from Martin, Australia, number 15, Ali Garcia. And a 6-foot sophomore forward from Lame Deer, Montana, number 21, Kansas Hisband Horse. Tetons are coached by Bill Triplett, associate head coach is Laramie Schwenke, and assistant coach is Cindy Labatt. The Buccaneers are coached by Mark Weber and assisted by Stephanie Meek. Tetons meeting with Coach Triplett and Coach Schwenke out on the court before we get going. Wanting the first set to a scripted play here to start things off for the Tetons as per usual. And it is the Buccaneers all ready to go. It'll be Peterson in the center circle. She'll be going up against his bad horse and getting ready to go. So officials are ready, players are ready, and the fans are ready here in the well in Williston. 10 minutes up on the scoreboard. That's just waiting now for the official to bring the ball in the center circle, and Teton basketball has tipped off from the well in Williston. There's the whistle, here's the ball, and it's going to be taken away by Peterson. Over to Delaney, she'll bring it up across, swings it over to Kylie Oldham, looking up on top to Old Coyote. Pump fake, down underneath to Peterson, tipped away by the Tetons. Good defense by his bad horse, and it'll be 21 seconds on the shot clock as the Buccaneers will inbound from the far corner. Kylie Oldelk set to triggers, get it down underneath to Peterson. She cut off by his bad horse again. Good defense on the low post. Up on top of it goes 60 on the shot clock. Kylie Oldelk back down to Peterson. Old Coyote pump fake. She's going to go on the drive. Use the hand to get off, and there's going to be a missed kick ball. Flip underneath. Old Coyote spinning hook shot. That's up no good. Coonsey with the rebound. She'll flip it off to Moffitt. Here come the Tetons. Up to his bad horse. She stops at the corner. Cross court over to Field. Field with an open three. Elizabeth Field knocks it down. Great things happen for the Tetons when Field can get it going from the perimeter. Tetons take an early 3-0 lead on the American State Bank scoreboard. Delaney up on top. Over to Brianna Oldelk. Hands it off to Kylie. Working way around the perimeter. Stop to the elbow. Give and go. Nothing there on the backcourt cut. Old Coyote calling out directions for Peterson on the near wing. Looking down low. Camping in the lane are the Buccaneers. Gives it underneath to Kylie Oldelk. She's cut off by a duo of Tetons. Old Coyote launches one up off the back of the iron. No good. Delaney with the rebound. She'll force it up. No good again. And that's his bad horse to the board. Here comes Field of Williston State looking to run early. Long pass over to Garcia on the far wing. She's going to take off on the drive. Flips it back to Field. Sees it back up on top. Moffitt has it. It's going to be a diamond and one for The Buccaneers field again from three. That's going to be up no good. Kylie Oldak with the rebound. So Buccaneers with an odd defense going to the box and one. Kyle looked down alone. Coonsey forces the miss. No good. 0 for 4 from the field so far are the Buccaneers. Back comes Field across the timeline. She'll be met by Delaney. Over to Garcia up on top to Coonsey. Coonsey to Moffitt. Moffitt's going to drive. Will step through, and that's going to be a foul on Delaney trying to slide through to take the charge. So that'll be 2 shots coming from Taylor Moffitt. So either a diamond or a box and one for the Buccaneers. So an unusual defense where they have Delaney working as a rover. Any guard that touches the ball, Delaney shifts over to double them as Moffitt puts her first one up and in. So a 4-0 lead for Williston State. 8:06 left to go in quarter number 1. Hisbat Horse gets back into the Buccaneers side of the court on defense as Field gets in along the blocks for rebound. Moffitt's her second one up and the Tetons up 5-0 in the first. Delaney gets the ball, a little bit of full court press. She's going to drive on Field. Here comes a flip over to Old Coyote, looking for options. Old Coyote got away with the travel, bounce pass to Kylie Oldak. Back to Old Coyote, underneath to Peterson, working on Hisbat Horse. In the middle of the paint, it's going to be blocked by Hisbat Horse underneath. We're going to flip it back up on top. Delaney gets it. She drives in the lane. She'll be blocked by Hisbat Horse. A block party by Kansas. She gets the ball up. Force it over to Garcia. Garcia hesitate drive. She goes baseline, kicks it back up on top to Field. Field looking down low. Swings it over to Moffitt. Moffitt, 3 ball on the way off the mark. Field with a rebound. Puts it up and in. Elizabeth Field has 5 of the 7 points for Williston State here in the first. And it's going to be a Buccaneer timeout with 7:23 left to go. So Tetons getting it done early. We have a timeout on the court. We'll see if it's a long or a short. It's a short one. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel-efficient, stylish, perfect. Well, where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer? Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today. Your full-service hometown Honda dealership. Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
Basketball on 660 Q's News Radio. They did stretch that 30-second timeout into a full, so we have a little bit longer before we get back to action as the Tetons have a 7-0 lead here to start this first quarter against the Buccaneers. But no lead, especially this small, is safe against the Bucs, who can lay it up from beyond the arc as the Tetons look to get after it and continue on. Bucs have the ball coming out of the timeout. Neither team has went to the bench here throughout the first 2.5 minutes of quarter number 1. So Tetons coming out. Now it looks like they're going to have some half-court defense set up, as now they make a late push into the front court. Back up comes Delaney. She pushes up against Field across the timeline. Hands it off on top to Brianna Oldout. So he's into the corner for Peterson. Peterson guard again by Hisbat Horse. Old Coyote on the top. And there's going to be a 3-second call on Kylie Oldout. That'll be a turnover on the Buccaneers. Chance for the Tetons to extend their 7-0 lead here to start this game. Full court press now coming from the Bucs. Field gets it into Moffitt, who will be guarded by Kylie Oldout. Moffitt crosses over and Kylie gives way. Across the timeline come the Tetons. Long pass over to Field. Looking down low for Coonsey. Nothing there. Bounce pass up on top to Hisbat Horse. Can't find Coonsey on the high post. She dribbles. Turns down. Turnaround jumper. Up no good. Pulled down by Brianna Oldout. And back come the Bucs. Oldout pushing up. Guarded by Garcia. Just about double dribble with the ball, but she keeps it alive. Over to Peterson on the far wing. Looking underneath. Moffitt, good defense. Pushes it over to Delaney. Turnaround jumper. That's going to be up no good. Peterson with the offensive board. Throws it up. No good. Moffitt with the board. Tetons off to the races. 3-on-2 break. Here comes Moffitt. She's going to take it her own way. That's going to be up no good. Tipped away. Peterson comes away with it. Wrestles it away from Coonsey. And they're going to call a foul on Coonsey as Peterson clamped down on Coonsey's arm wrestling around that rebound. And that's going to be the first personal on Allison Coonsey, the freshman from Malta. Buccaneers ball back up the court, 6.5 left to go in the first. Delaney races across the timeline for the Bucks, reverses her dribble up to the point, kicks it over to Kylie Odell, working her way around, cut off on the elbow, into the corner for Brianna. She's cut off on the baseline, back to Kylie, no room to work. Kylie's going to drive, backwards pass will go to Brianna, high post, Evelyn Odell, back to Brianna on the perimeter. She crosses over, picks up an Odell screen out to Peterson on the baseline, extended underneath to Delaney, tipped away by Garcia, out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Tetons with a good defensive set. This tip down the court. Underneath their own basket, the Buccaneers will inbound. 5:58 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. Tetons sinking down into the paint, not allowing anything easy. Kylie Odell calling for action. Peterson trying to get it. They're going to long pass up, and it's going to be a tip down low, and that should be a heave at the buzzer. No good. Shot clock violation. Teton defense gets the job done, forces a turnover, and now they're going to try to get some more offensive production. Field will get it into Moffitt. Back to Elizabeth Field. Up the court comes Williston State. 7-0 here. Field driving on Delaney. Out on the perimeter to Garcia. She'll work her way back up. Flips it off to Moffitt. Over to Field. Field with another three-pointer on the way. In it goes Elizabeth Field with her second three-pointer on the corner. The Tetons are up 10-0. Delaney back up the court for the Buccaneers. High post over to Kylie Odell. Working on Moffitt. Nothing doing. She's going to be cut off in double. Has to peel away. Looking down low. Underneath to Delaney. Working on Field. And there's going to be a block by Elizabeth Field. That's the third block of the game for Williston State. Coach Triplett wanted to jump, and he has an argument there, but to no avail. Inbound pass once again for the Bucks underneath their own basket. 13 on the shot clock. Kylie Odell set to trigger. Calls for action. Delaney gets it up on top. Odell has it tipped away by Moffitt, but regains control. Double screen. Going to push through, and there's going to be a foul called, and that one will go against Williston State. That'll put a Trish 20 on the shot clock. There'll be a foul on Garcia as a swinging door screen ran Garcia right into Evelyn Old Coyote. So 20 on the shot clock, and the Buccaneers will inbound again. Long on the stand for the Coyotes. Delaney up to Old Coyote on top. Peterson left alone, puts it up and in, and there's the first bucket of the game for the Bucks. Now 10-2. Garcia gets the ball, working the way up the court against Brianna Odell. Garcia behind her back, Drews gets across the timeline. She's looking to drive. Picks up now a baseline drive, has it poked away from behind, picked up in the middle of the paint. Coonsey gets it, puts it up and in. Allison Coonsey. And she is cleaning things up down underneath. Tetons back up by 10, 12-2. Under 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Kylie, bounce pass over to Brianna. From 3, over to Peterson. She pulls out to the charity stripe, looking down low. One-on-one with Moffitt. Going to be a backwards pass up to Peterson. She takes off on the drive, kicks it to Delaney in the corner. Looks to swing through. She drives to the high elbow. Pushes it over to Brianna Odell. She's going to be blocked by Garcia. That's the 5th block of the quarter for Williston State. So 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tetons looking to force another shot clock violation or a miss. Kylie Odell inbounding from the baseline. Moffitt sinking down towards the key. Up on top to Old Coyote. Peterson gets it in the paint. Turnaround jumper. Gets it to go over the top of his bad horse. 4 points for Peterson so far in the quarter. She has all 4 points of the Buccaneers. Field driving over the perimeter. Delaney cutting her off, reversing her drive up to Moffitt. Moffitt baseline drive. She's going to step through, and she's going to lose it out of bounds. They're going to say it's tipped away by Peterson. That'll be a Teton inbound play coming from underneath their own basket. Here, 3:59 left to go in quarter number 1. His best horse set to trigger. They get it off to Moffitt on the far corner. Up is to be stolen away by Delaney. Good jump into the passing lane by the Bucks. Backwards pass to Old Coyote. Pushes it underneath. A goal and tipped out of bounds by his bad horse. Good recovery for the Tetons after their first turnover of the quarter. They're 12-4 with 3:51 left to go in the first quarter. Another inbound pass from the baseline coming for the Bucks. They get it to Delaney. Up to Old Coyote. Odell backing down. Has it tipped away. Here comes him. That horse. 3-on-1 break. Kansas taking it the whole way, and she's going to be fouled by Old Coyote on the way up. Kansas, his bad horse, now going to the line. Her first free throw attempt of the game. No, we're going to say it is not on the shot after she had already gathered. and was going on her way up, so it'll be an inbound play coming for Williston State. Each team now with 2 personal fouls for Losette on the inbound play for Williston State. No one open. Moffitt knows going to be up on top to his bad horse. Kansas over to Taylor, wide open for 3. Moffitt got it to go. Taylor Moffitt with a triple. Third to the corner for Williston State. 11-point lead. Their largest so far. Long pass to Brianna Oldell. She peels it back out. Up on top to Delaney. Swings it to Kylie Oldell. Down to Old Coyote. Looking for Peterson underneath. Old Coyote driving on Coonsey. Cut off. Dishes it off to Brianna Oldell. Got a screen from Old Coyote. Brianna back door. Nothing there. Old Coyote to Kylie Oldell on the near wing. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing doing. Here comes a pass in the middle. It's going to be tipped away. And a foul's going to be called on Brianna Oldell. That's going to be Brianna's first, I do believe, and the Buccaneers are going to be going to the bench. As there is Delaney checking out of the game. And it'll be Chancelloli coming in for Dawson. T-Dodds with the ball. Chancelloli guarding Field on her way up the court. Elizabeth Field hits a second gear. She crosses the timeline. Up on top to Garcia. Looking forward pass underneath to his bad horse. Going to be blocked underneath by Old Coyote. Stripped on her way up. Brianna Oldell has it on the near wing. Looking to send. Up on top. Old Coyote finds Kylie Oldell. Working on Moffitt. Takes a shot in the nose. And they're going to call an embellishment. And what a call by the official as Taylor Moffitt hit a shot in the nose. She may have a bloody nose on that one. Back comes Fields. The shot was going to be made underneath by Kylie Oldell, and that makes it 15-6. Garcia has it on the drive. She's being hounded by some defenders. Jump pass underneath to Coonsey. Coonsey turns around, puts it up and in. 2 more for her. A big-time move in the post to slip through defense. Old Coyote has it. She's going to be cut off by Coonsey on the defense. And there's going to be an offensive foul on Evelyn Old Coyote. That's going to be her second personal. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call there after the official called an embellishment on Moffitt. Old Coyote still pleading her case at the scores table. Well, there's going to officially be a flop warning on the Tetons after that motion by Moffitt. So she'll have to be careful, and if she wants to draw a foul, she'll have to be shot by a cannon to not be in danger of picking up a technical. Hands off to his bad horse, and there's going to be an on-ball foul that will be called by Kylie Oldell. So the foul is starting to tally up for the Buccaneers. And that will be the 4th team foul in the quarter with 2:06 left to go. Last one to give for the Bucks. Moffitt inbounding it. And now that'll be the 5th team foul, so Coach Triplett walking his way down the bench. That wasn't the last foul. The Old Coyote one was. So that'll put Taylor Moffitt at the stripe. A 17-6 and 11-point Teton lead, putting Taylor Moffitt back at the line for a pair. Moffitt at the stripe for her first of 2. First one on the way. That one is up and good. One more coming for Moffitt, as both Coonsey and Field get down along the blocks to rebound for Williston State. At the line for her second of 2 is Moffitt. Next one on the way. That one up and good. Moffitt now 4 for 4 from the stripe. 19-6, 13-point lead. Here comes some trapping defense for Williston State. They're going to get over it. Chancelloli into the corner. Brianna Oldell open 3, no good. And his bad horse comes away with it, flips it off the field, working way through traffic, up to Moffitt. She's going to push it up to Garcia on the wing. Garcia pulls back, gets down to the post. Coonsey swipes through. She goes for a running jumper, up and in. Allison Coonsey, who's 6 points now in the game. Tetons up by 15. Forward pass to Kylie Oldell, driving on his bad horse. She jumps up on top to Peterson, gets into the paint, stolen away there by the Tetons. Scramble for it on the ground, and there's going to be an simultaneous possession. Alternating arrow gives it back to Williston State. And we'll have the first sub of the game coming in for the Tetons. Cammie Harris as well as Tilden Lordson will be checking in for Coonsey and Garcia. And out of the game for the Bucks will be going Brianna Oldell. And coming in is number 12, Zoe Skeens. Full court press coming for Dawson. Inbound pass goes now to Harris. She'll push it up the court across the timeline. Backs down, now gets past Skeens. Little fancy dribbling for Harris. Gets it off to Moffitt. Moffitt puts it on the deck. She picks up her dribble. Morrison up on top of the perimeter. Back to Harris. Gets to the elbow. Secondary drive. Beautiful time to Morrison. Couldn't finish on the beauty of a pass. Interception by Moffitt. She's going to drive down. Back to Field. Puts it up. And Elizabeth Field there. Now an assist that goes good for the Tetons. And they lead 23-6. Under a minute left to play in the first quarter. Chancinoli has it up on top. Looking down low for Kylie Oldhout. Nothing there. Skeen on the perimeter. She's going to flip it around. Over. Skeens has it on the near wing. Up on top to Woods. Woods looking underneath for Kylie Oldhout. Nothing doing. Back to Skeens. Skeens puts it on the deck. Chancinoli has it on top. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Chancinoli step back three-pointer, and that's going to be good. Marini Chancinoli with the first dribble of the game for the Bucks. That'll make it now 23-9. Moffitt with the ball. She'll cross over and push it up. Shot and play clock are nearly identical. 24 seconds left to go in the first. Harris has it on the wing. Looking for his bat horse up on top. Woods just about got her hand in the passing lane. Over to Moffitt. She's looking to rip through against Kylie Oldhout. Swing pass over to Harris. Catch and shoot. Three. In it goes. Tammy Harris with the triple. The Tetons get all three of these back. Now back up 26-9. Chancinoli pushes it up. 3 seconds left to go. She takes a run and heave off the back of the backboard. No good. And the Tetons get it done on both ends of the court here in the first. 26-9 on the American State Bank scoreboard. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back for the start of quarter number 2 here from Williston.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Mason Brokers. Mason Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Mason Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Mason Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at masonbrokers.com.
Coke Zero sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste anywhere they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across the table and grab for it. A stranger could suddenly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for 1 too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying Coke Zero sugar, be ready to protect it at all times. Because 1 sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
Radio. Tetons up by 27 points entering the second quarter, 26-9. Buccaneers taking every second they can on the bench. They'll look to make some adjustments here in the second. They'll come out with the same 5 they went into the break with. It'll be Chancinoli, Skeens, Peterson, Woods, and Kylie Oldhout. Tetons will have Field, Moffitt, his that horse, Mertson, and Harris. Bucks start off with the ball. Chancinoli has it, swings it over to Skeens. She drives, cut off by Harris. Over to Woods, hands it off to Kylie Oldhout. Oldhout being stymied by Moffitt on the perimeter. Back up to Skeens, swings it back to Oldhout. She was going to drive, gets through, going to step through on Field, puts one up, and in. Kylie Oldhout gets her first bucket of the game through contact to get it to go. 25-point lead for the Tetons. Field pushes it across the timeline, gets to the far wing, reverses her dribble, looking backdoor for Moffitt, puts it up, hoop, and the harm. Taylor Moffitt, 2 more for her, and she'll go back to the stripe. So Moffitt now gets it back up to 27, chance to make it 28 if she can knock down her 5th free throw of the game. 9:29 left to go in quarter number 2 on the American State Bank scoreboard. Taylor Moffitt at the stripe. Moffitt 4-1 from the line to complete the 3-point play, up and good. So now 29-11. Tetons have their largest lead of the game. Chancinoli has it, working on Field up the court. She's going to get it up on past the timeline to Woods. Swings it over to Oldhout. Pass is going to be tipped by his bad horse, but Oldhout retains it. Looking underneath, nothing there. Woods on top. Chancinoli fires from 3. That's going to be soft off the front of the iron. No good. Woods gets it and puts it back up and in. Took an awkward bounce off the front of the iron and straight down. No one from the Tetons to get there in time. 29-13. Harris gets it on the wing, picks up a screen for Morrison. Give and go underneath. Tilden gets it, puts it up, and this one goes for Tilden, her first points of the game. Tetons answering every time that the Bucks get a bucket in there. Oldell just about lost a handle. Moffitt is right there, just missed on the fingertips. Jackson Oley now. We're going to go. Tetons in a 2-3 underneath the Peterson, and there's going to be a foul called on Morrison underneath. First personal, first team on Williston State here in quarter number 2, as we have a sub coming in for the Tetons. Allison Coonsey back in for Kansas, his bad horse. So Kansas gets her first break of the game. Inbound play with 20 seconds on the shot clock for Dawson underneath her own basket. Up on top will go to Woods. Swings it to Chancelloli. Looking down low for Peterson. Entry pass tipped away by Elizabeth Field. Good effort by Field as she was cheating down low into the paint from that top position in the 2-3. Another entry pass coming, this time with 15 left in the clock. There you go, looking to get it under in the corner, go to Skeens. Skeens fires a long three-pointer, up and over everything, and they're going to get Moffitt with the foul. And she got into the body of Mackenzie Peterson, who's going for the rebound. That'll be number 1 on Moffitt's second team foul on Williston State in the first minute and a half of the second. Peterson gets the inbound pass out to Chancelloli. She's going to drive. Skeens with another three-pointer on the way. Off the back of the iron. Woods another rebound. Up, no good. Tipped around. Kylie Oldell gets it. Running Morrison with the block. Woods underneath. Forced it up. No good. Woods gets another rebound. Kylie Oldell will dribble it out. Shot clock didn't reset. Peterson throws it out off the back of the backboard. No good. Finally, it's going to be brought down by Harris. Harris dribbles through lots of traffic, and there's going to be a foul call. That one may go on Skeens. No, it's going to go on Elena Woods. Both of them were in the area, and both of them got their hands on the arms of Harris, as we have Garcia checking back into the game for Williston State. Garcia coming in for Harris, with 8:09 left to go. Tetons an 18-point advantage. Moffitt gets it into Field. She goes, gets to the near wing. She'll set up the half-court set. Drives, pulls out. Garcia picks up a screen from Morrison. Good screen by Morrison. Coonsey out to Field. Working her way back up to the free throw line. Out to Morrison, looking underneath. And there's going to be a foul called on Woods. So the third team foul, second personal on Elena Woods in the second, with just 4 ticks, under 8 minutes left to go in the half. Tetons getting their full low set for the inbound play. The 2 forwards are out on the corners. The 2 guards are down on the low post. Inbound play coming. Field calls for action. No one open. Finally gets it way up on top to Morrison. She'll settle things down. Back to Moffitt to try to split defense. Cut off. Field gets it. Fields goes for another one. Off the front of the iron. No good. Pulled down by Peterson. Back come the Bucks. 7:45 left in the second. Peterson crosses through. She's going to have it tipped away from Morrison. Turn around. Jumper after re-grabbing. No good. Field with the rebound. Back come the Tetons. Elizabeth Field weaving through traffic. Over to Coonsey. Coonsey going to jump stop. Put it off the front of the iron. No good. Morrison rebound. That's going to be no good. She took a lot of contact on the arms. Long pass to Kylie Oldell. 3 Teton defenders back in transition. Oldell, spin move. She's going to be bailed out by a foul. And we'll see who that one is on. That one's going to be on Coonsey. They say Coonsey got her with on the arm. So substitution coming back into the game for the Buccaneers. Out is going Woods. Back in is Evelyn Olshire. And Kansas, his bad horse, will be checking in for Tilda Morrison. All 5 starters back on the court for Williston State. At the stripe for 2 is going to be Kylie Oldell. Seemed like that one was to be way before the shot as she was spinning to try to get closer to the hole. First free throw is going to be up and good. Makes it 31-14. Next one on the way for Old Elk. 2 of 2 on the way. That one is going to be up good. She's 2 for 2 from the line. Now makes it a 31-15 game. 16-point lead for Williston State. They've led by as many as 18 points. Field pushing it down the court. She'll find Garcia up on top, looking for his bad horse. On the low post, Kansas up to Moffitt, over to Field. Field underneath to Coonsey, up to Kansas. Couldn't catch the pass in rhythm and gets it off to Garcia. Flips it off to Field. Field working way around. Garcia gets back up. Coonsey drives, gets down underneath. Kansas in the middle of the paint, off the back of the iron. No good. pulled down by Chancelloli. She'll push it up the court for the Buccaneers. She'll slow things down, work her way to the top of the perimeter. Peterson and his bad horse, hand fighting down in the post. Old Coyote thought about a three-pointer, didn't take it. Old Elk going to drive underneath the Peterson, off the board and in. That combination is deadly for the Buccaneers, and it's now 31-17. Teutons need a couple of good possessions on the offensive end. Garcia gets the ball, being hounded by Skeens. Garcia, step back, more congestion. There's Moffitt driving. She's cut off. Moffitt trying to find a teammate up on top to his bad horse. 12 on the shot clock. Field gets it, working her way around the top. Field drives underneath, and it's going to be Coonsey who let the pass slip through her fingertips and between her legs out of bounds. So Teutons not starting off as sharp as they'd wanted to here in quarter number 2. They still have a 31-17 lead on the American State Bank scoreboard. 6:09 left to go in the first half. Chancelloli bringing up the court over to Skeens, looking down low for Peterson, nothing there. Old Coyote now on the near wing. She'll pound the rock, hand it back off to Skeens. Swings it to Chancelloli, looking down low for Peterson. Good defense by his bad horse. Skeens again to Old Coyote. Old Coyote looking underneath, back to Old Elk. Old Elk gonna drive. She's gonna go, and she'll be blocked again by his bad horse, picked up by Moffitt. Moffitt gonna have her pocket picked by Old Elk, who puts it up, and that will be in there. Kylie Old Elk for 2. So Coach Triplett now watching his team let a lead slip away. It was at one point 18 points, now down to just 12. Field working her way around the perimeter. Finds Moffitt. Picks up a big screen from Coonsey. Wide open three-pointer for Taylor Moffitt. Up no good. Rebound grabbed by Peterson over the top of Coonsey. Old Coyote. She'll peel away after nothing going on the drive. Now to Old Elk. Underneath the Peterson, who blocked by his bad horse. Over the Field. 3-on-2 break. Field to Garcia. Rolls for a little floater. Off the mark. No good. Tipped out. Had Coonsey underneath. Back the other way. It's a 3-on-2 break. This time for the Bucks. Old Elk going to get it over to Chancelloli. Up on top to go to Old Coyote. Couldn't do anything with the man advantage down the court. Chancelloli gets to the elbow. We're going to drive. Bounce pass to Peterson on the baseline. Gets underneath. Kicks it back out to Skeens. Straight away three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. No good. He gets the handoff from his bad horse after the rebound. Back up comes Williston State. Under 5 minutes left to go in the half. His bad horse is being harassed by Old Elk. No foul called as Field slows it down. Kansas fires from range. Up, and that one's going to be no good. Peterson with another rebound. Gets it out to Kylie Old Elk. Long pass to Chancelloli. She'll get it to Old Coyote. Working her way down into the paint. Stolen away by Elizabeth Field. Gets it off to Garcia. Garcia to Old Elk. Now to Moffitt, who will slow things down. Closing in on 4 minutes left. Taylor Moffitt drives across the timeline. Hands it off to Elizabeth Field. Up on top to his bad horse. Back to Field. Over on the wing to Moffitt. Drives, cuts off his bad horse. From range, no. Over the Field, looking underneath for Coonsey. Peterson one-on-one with Coonsey underneath. Coonsey puts it up, and a circus shot left in there for Allison Coonsey. And that stops the scoreless streak for Williston State. Now 33-19. Teutons back up by 14. Up on top to Peterson. Brianna Old Elk set to come in for the Bucks on the next stop. Up on top to Kylie Old Elk at the elbow. She's cut off. Over to Chancelloli. Looking underneath for Peterson. Nothing there. Kylie Old Elk now on the near wing. Calling out for Peterson. Comes at a high screen. 8 on the shot clock. Peterson calling for the screen. Old Elk gets it into the corner. Chancelloli. Three-pointer on the way. In and out. No good. Tipped up in the air. Tipped away from Old Coyote. Coonsey comes away with the ball for Williston State. And she's looking to get it off to a guard. Finally finds Garcia. Garcia will push it up to his bad horse. His bad horse finds Coonsey at the cherry stripe, puts it up and in. 2 more for Allison Coonsey, who's now in double digits with 10 points in the first half. Chancelloli pushes it back up the court. Teutons back up by 16. Old Coyote wasn't paying attention and has went right by her and out of bounds. And that is a media timeout, as we haven't had a stop since before the 5-minute mark. So we'll take a 1-minute break. Teutons up 35-19. 2:56 left to go before we hit halftime. We'll be back in 1 minute.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
One of your choices for a financial institution, really the best, the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done in Western way. WCCB provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality. Every time you walk through our door, we people like neighbors ought to treat each other. Because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. We know you're here when you see the pricing on our side. Join the herd and Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
On 6 to keep right here. Tetons up 45-19 as the Buccaneers have had a good start here to this second quarter. The Tetons, the last about minute of play in the quarter, have started to push back the lead. The Bucs have outscored the Tetons 10-9 in the second so far. Moffitt has it on the wing. Little foot pass under to his bad horse. To Garcia for three from range. Off the mark, no good. Good closeout by Odell to force the miss. Odell, she's going to drive. She's peeled off onto the far perimeter. Chatinoli up on top to Old Kyle. Back to Chatinoli. She's given all the room in the world as she'll pull it back and set up the half-court set. High post to Old Kyle. Looking for Odell on the baseline drive. Nothing there. Good underneath a baseline screen from Kylie Odell on Brianna Odell to put it up and in for 2 points. That'll make it 35-21. Back up the court comes Williston State. Garcia on the near wing. She's picking up a screen. She's going to drive. Throws it back to Kuzi. Kuzi baseline drive is going to cut off. Out to Garcia. Has Field all alone. Garcia steps back. No good. Offensive rebound goes to Field. Kuzi for the baseline jumper. And that is going to be up and on. 2 more for Allison Kuzi. Pushes it back out to 16. 1:48 left to go in the half. Harris set to check in. Up on top to Kylie Oldelk. She'll slow things down. Over on the wing to Chatinoli. Looking down low for Peterson. Nothing there. Old Kyle going to take off. Back to Chatinoli. She puts it on the deck. Drives. Peterson on the high post. Out to Old Kyle. Three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. No good. Field with the rebound. She'll dribble it out. And it'll be a long pass up to Moffitt. But it'll be stolen away by Odell. Put a little too much under that one. Chatinoli gets it on the wing from Kylie Odell. Working on Garcia. Spin move. There's going to be a block underneath. Peterson's going to be blocked by his bad horse. With a Teton. They've got away with a foul on that one. But it'll still be Dawson ball here with 1:09 left to go. Sub coming in for each team. Out of the game for the Tetons will be going Taylor Moffitt. And Chatinoli coming out for Dawson. Danica Delaney checking back in. Delaney set to inbound from underneath her own basket. Out on the perimeter to Kylie Odell. Looking to drive baseline. Flips it up to Old Kyle. Puts it up off the back of the rim. No good. His bad horse comes down with the rebound. Field pushing it up the court. Delaney hounding her on the hip the whole way as it's back to the box and one. Harris drives. She slips through. Bounce pass to Kuzi on the baseline. Takes a step in. Puts it up and in it goes. 2 more for Allison Kuzi, who's having one heck of a first half. 45 seconds left to go. 39-21. Kylie Odell on the near wing. Calling for a screen. Old Kyle not getting it. She flares out to the wing. Delaney now on top. Swings it to Brianna Oldelk. 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. 12 on the shot clock. Kylie Oldelk looking for a teammate to get it off to. Up on top to Delaney. 7 on the shot clock. Peterson on the high wing. Back to Old Kyle. Three-pointer on the way. Off the further rim. No good. Garcia gets it. She has one player to beat. And Garcia's going to flip it up the field. Gets it underneath. She'll have to peel it back out. Final 10 seconds left to go. Harris to Garcia. From 3 for the win. Got it to go. Allie Garcia knocks down the triple and the Tetons are up by 21. 3 seconds left. Kylie Odell will heave one up at the buzzer. Off the rim and out. No good. So the Tetons use a flurry at the end, punctuated by a three-pointer from Allie Garcia to take a 21-42-21 lead into the break. So the Tetons, not a very clean second quarter, but they got it going when it counted down to the wire, and they'll take a healthy lead into halftime. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the scoring breakdown for both squads. We'll be back for more Teton basketball here in 3 minutes.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See your
On Sunday, the NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings with 63 HD TVs having the NFL package. Do not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as the teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rigo Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here with Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
G&G Pharmacy, an independently owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-thru window and a traditional retail store. Melissa and Doug's Way is available at the downtown service truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription is ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
Your education shouldn't mean putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With their flexible and convenient associate and associate of applied science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit wilistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where people make the difference.
American State Bank and Trust Company in Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Mike, we're back here for Teton basketball. We're at the half, ready to go. Some of the kids from Missouri Ridge down on the court. Dancing around to the cha-cha slide, giving the fans in attendance a little bit of entertainment here at the break. Plenty of entertainment during the game for your Teton fan as they hold on to a 42-21 halftime lead, having doubled up Dawson Community College and the Buccaneers. Taking a look at scoring. First off for the Bucks, they're led in scoring by Mackenzie Peterson and Kylie Oldelk, who each have 6 points at the break. 4 points from Brianna Oldelk, 3 coming in from Irini Chancinoli, and 2 points in from Elena Woods. Overall, the Bucks are shooting 4 of 14 from the field for 28%, 1 of 5 from deep, 1 of 4 of 14 for 28%, 1 of 5 from deep for 20%, and hit no free throws in that first quarter. In the second quarter, they were 5 of 18 from the field for 27%, 0 of 7 from beyond the arc for 0%, and 2 of 2 from the stripe. Overall in the first half, they're 9 of 32 for 28%, just 1 of 12 from deep for 8%, and a perfect 2 of 2 from the stripe. 17 rebounds in the first half, led by Peterson with the big 9 rebounds. She had 6 defensive, 3 offensive rebounds. Buccaneers had 10 defensive rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds overall in the half. 4 assists on their 9 made buckets in the first half, 2 steals, 1 block, and 6 turnovers in the half. Again, foul trouble. Delaney with 2 personal fouls in the half. Also, Elena Woods with 2 personal fouls in the half. So no one more, and it looks like there is a little bit of confusion on who there is a team foul that they'll have to make sure that they distribute out somewhere. So if we can, we'll get who that miscellaneous foul goes to on the Buccaneers. Taking a look over at the Tetons, and they have 3 players already in double digits. Allison Coonsey with 14 leading the way, Elizabeth Field with 10, and Taylor Moffitt with 10. Also 3 points coming in from Allie Garcia and Cammie Harris, and 2 points in from Tilda Murrison. Kansas Hisbad Horse, she has been held scoreless at the half. Just 0 of 2 shooting, and that's a testament to the defense being played by Mackenzie Peterson, as Hisbad Horse will look to get it going in the second half. Shooting for the Tetons in the first quarter, they went 9 of 14 for 64%, 4 of 6 from deep, and 4 of 4 from the stripe. In the second quarter, they were 7 of 15, coming down a little bit from the stratosphere for 46%, just 1 of 5 from deep, and 1 for 1 from the line. Overall, in the first half, they shot 6 of 29 from the field for 55%, 5 of 11 from beyond the arc for 45%, and perfect, 5 of 5 from the line. Leading the way in rebounding for the Tetons is Kansas Hisbad Horse. She has 7 boards, all of them on the defensive end. Tetons have 14 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, so it is an even rebounding battle here throughout the first half of play. 3 steals for the Tetons, 5 blocks, including 4 alone from Hisbad Horse and 1 from Garcia. 5 turnovers on the Tetons, just 4 personal fouls committed, 2 of them on Moffitt. So she'll have to be careful here in this third and fourth not to pick up an early one. And looking at some of the advanced stats here, points in the paint, Dawson with 16, Tetons with 18. Points off of turnovers, 9 to 4, Tetons with the advantage. Second chance points, 4 to 2, Tetons with the advantage. From the bench, tied at 5 apiece. There have been 0 ties, and the only lead change, the only tie was 0-0. And the first bucket of the game were the Tetons when they jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Last field goal came from Dawson with 50 seconds left to go in the first half. The last one for the Tetons was Allie Garcia knocking down the three-pointer with 9 seconds left. The largest lead by the Tetons is the one here at the break at 21 points. And they look to build on that in the third quarter so they can get some of the reserves in, still looking to build some of their good guard play that they have coming off the bench in both Therese Carlander and Tia Conradson. They'd love to get some good production out of those two here as we head into the dog days of the Montauk Conference schedule in the back half of the season. 7.5 left to go. We're going to slip away for a 6-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have more of the halftime report and get you going for quarter number 3 here from the Well in Williston. You're listening to Teton Basketball on 650 Keys News Radio.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel-efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer? Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today. Your full-service hometown Honda dealership, Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
Your choices for a financial institution, really the best, the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCC will provide you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality every time you walk through our door. We people like neighbors ought to treat each other, because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. We know you're here when you see the bison on our side. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston, breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste anywhere they can. You never know when your best friend will lunge across the table and grab for it. A stranger could suddenly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for 1 too many sips. So no matter what you're doing or who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, you're ready to protect it at all times. Because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price, Sills, Cars, and Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price, Sills, Cars, and Williston Auto and WillistonAuto.com. See dealer for details.
G&G Pharmacy, an independently owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-thru window and a traditional retail store. That is Doug's Ray's available at the downtown service truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription is ready, use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979. From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On Sunday, the NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings with 63 HD TVs having the NFL package. Do not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as the teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 River Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here with Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Your education should have been putting your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With their flexible and convenient associate and associate of applied science programs, you can take classes free online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit wilistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where people make the difference.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel-efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer? Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today. Your full-service hometown Honda dealership. Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. Or shop RyanHonda.net.
Radio, about a minute left to go before we get underway to start quarter number 3. Tetons out to a 42-21 lead. And they're led in the scoring column by Allison Coonsey. She has 14 points at the break. Elizabeth Field with 10 at halftime and Taylor Moffitt with 10 at halftime. The Tetons looking to cruise for the big win here at home But they'll see if they can jump out to an old fast start or if the Bucks can get hot and chip away at this 21-point lead. Tetons needed until the final 9 seconds of the first half to extend that lead out to over 20 points. They have been flirting with it here early on in the second quarter. Before the Bucks went on a little bit of a run. At one time, the Bucks were outscoring the Tetons 10-9 in that second half. Before the Tetons really put their gas down, they ended up outscoring the Bucks in that second quarter 16-12. So they went on a 7-2 run to close out that quarter over the final 3 minutes. So we'll see what the Tetons have in score with Coach Triblett and Coach Swanky, as Williston State will come out onto the court with all 5 starters. Only Teton in foul trouble is going to be Taylor Moffitt. She has 2 at the break. And a couple of Buccaneers also have multiple fouls. I believe it's Kylie Oldelk, Elena Woods with 2 fouls, as well as Delaney with 2. The Tetons out there with their starting 5, and they will start with the ball. So for the Buccaneers, it will be Kylie Oldelk, Brianna Oldelk, Mackenzie Peterson, Danica Delaney, and Evelyn Oldelk. Field has it working her way around the perimeter. Long pass up to his bed horse. Finds Coonsey in the paint. Over to Garcia. High pass. She had a sky to get it. She'll work her way back up. Here comes a screen from Coonsey. Over to his bed horse. In the paint. Swings it back to Field. Field up on top to Garcia. Wide open 3. Off the front of the iron. No good. Delaney with the rebound for the Bucks. Back come the Tetons. Back in the Buccaneers. Delaney has it up on top of the perimeter. Over to Brianna Oldelk on the far wing. Peterson fighting through the lane. Now Oldelk sinks back in there. Now 2 posts down on the low blocks. A cross screen coming for the Bucks. Here's a drive by Kylie Oldelk. Gets it to Brianna. Point blank shot up and in. Brianna Oldelk has 6 points in the game. And the Bucks get back within 19 points of the Tetons. Field racing up the court for Williston State. She gets to the far wing. Calls off Garcia. Big screen from Coonsey up on top. Hit pass underneath. And Coonsey's going to put it up, and they're going to say it is a foul on Peterson. They'll say it's on the ground on the catch of the pass. So Mackenzie Peterson picks up the foul. First team on the Buccaneers here in quarter number 3. Inbound play coming. Also first personal. Up on top, it'll go to Moffitt. She'll swing it to Coonsey. Just about missed the pass out of bounds. She was cutting baseline up to Garcia. Back over to Moffitt. Works her way around the top of the perimeter. She is on top. 3-pointer from Moffitt. In and out. No good. Long rebound goes down to Evelyn Oldelk. Tetons start off 0 for 2 from the floor in the third quarter. Kylie Oldelk driving. She gets off of the high elbow. Brianna Oldelk, little flip shot, point blank, no good. Peterson with a good offensive rebound. Kylie Oldelk steps just inside the perimeter, puts it up, in and out, no good. Field with the rebound. She's off to the races. 3-on-2, 4-on-2 break for the Tetons. Coonsey, spin move underneath. She's going to be fouled by Kylie Oldelk as she hits the spin cycle in the paint and puts it up. Does not drop, but Coonsey will go to the stripe for a pair. There's 8:21 left to go. That is the second on Kylie Oldelk. And Coonsey will be at the stripe for a pair of shots. Coonsey looking for point number 15 in the game for her. Up and good. So Tetons now perfect 6 for 6 from the stripe. She'll look to make it 7 or 7 if she can knock down the second half of 2. Coonsey at the line. Only Kansas his bad horse into rebound for the Tetons. Second one on the way. That one will rattle home in there. Coonsey now up to 16 points, and the Tetons are 7 of 7 from the stripe. 44-23. Tetons back up by 21. 8:18 left to go in the third quarter on the American State Bank scoreboard. Delaney over to Kylie Oldelk. Clear to get it to Peterson. Tipped away by his bad horse into the hands of Garcia. Garcia running the court. Great pass. Going to be tipped away. And Delaney, don't know how she didn't get called for a travel. Gets it off to Peterson. Now a 3-on-2 break. Gets it off to Old Coyote. Out to Oldelk on the near wing. Brianna gives it over to Kylie, looking for Old Coyote down in the post. She drives backwards pass to Delaney. Little running jumper in the paint. Danica Delaney makes it on the 12-footer. 44-25. Tetons with the ball, looking to put the hammer down here early in the third. Field gets to the top of the corner. She loses the handle on the ball. Second effort, drive baseline, cut off by Delaney. Up on top to his bad horse. Now to Coonsey. Tetons slow things down. Garcia fires from the near wing. That one high bounce, no good. Kylie Oldham pulls down the ball. Tetons starting off cold from the field in the third. Old Coyote driving. Brianna Oldham gets it off to Old Coyote. It's going to be tipped off her fingertips and out of bounds. So a turnover will get it back to Williston State. Cammy Harris checking into the game as well as to the Morrison. Garcia and Coonsey will check out early. 7:17 left to go in the first, as Harris and Morrison will be checking back in. Moffitt gets a long inbound pass from field, crosses the timeline, over to Harris. She'll pull it back up, picks up a his bad horse screen, low crab dribble, over goes to Moffitt, gets a hand on it, keeping her going out of bounds. Moffitt picks it up, his bad horse on the perimeter, underneath to Morrison, grabs it, kicks a bump, and Tilda Morrison's going to be fouled by Delaney. Tilda will go to the line for a pair, 7:02 left to go, third team foul, and that's going to be a slow substitution coming in for the Bucks. Elena Woods will be coming into the game as Delaney's picked up her second foul. So already fouls mounting up, and that'll be Woods coming in for Peterson. So Tetons may have some more room to work down in the paint, especially with Kansas, his bad horse, being able to get room without Peterson. Morrison's first free throw is going to be up and good. She'll have one more coming. Lead is back to 20, 45-25, 7:02 left to go in the quarter. Harris along to rebound with his bad horse on the blocks. Down underneath for the Bucks is going to be Old Coyote and Woods. Next one for Morrison. That will be off the mark, no good. Tapped around. First free throw miss for the Tetons in the game. Back up comes Delaney, the top of the perimeter. Skeens also in the game for the Buccaneers. We're going to work her way around. Up on top, Kylie Oldham. A little hesitation dribble. She'll pull it out. Old Coyote with the screen. Go to work here. A little hesitation, and it's going to be Moffitt's going to try to steal it away, and it's going to get a tie-up. So alternating arrow will give it back to Dawson with 6:42 left to go in the third. Inbound play coming for the Buccaneers. Old Coyote set to trigger. Calls for action, waiting for someone to come open. No one available, cut off up on the wing to Delaney. Delaney pulls it back to the top of the point. Calling for an Old Coyote screen. We're going to take it up. Nothing there. 3 on the shot clock. Skeens going to have to force one up, and that's going to be they're going to say a shot clock violation before she got the shot off. So that is the second shot clock violation that the Teton defense has forced. They regained possession with 6:30 left to go in the third quarter. Taylor Moffitt jogging up the court for Williston State. Over to Kansas, his bad horse. Gets it to Field underneath. Field's going to be blocked by Woods on the driving layup. Pulled down by Delaney. Back she comes with a head of steam. She's going to get it off to Old Coyote. Old Coyote has it tipped away by Moffitt, who will pick up her third. And Coach Triplett shows up a 3 sign to Moffitt. So she'll have to be extra careful here. She'll stay in the game. So we'll see if the Buccaneers decide to try and attack Moffitt. Inbound pass goes Old Coyote. She's pushed up to the high post, now to Woods. Finds Delaney on top of the perimeter. Puts it on the deck. Tries for a dribble. She's going to be cut off. Now to Kylie Oldham. Old Coyote sets a screen, and there's going to be an elbow that's going to be missed. And another jump ball as Kylie Oldham throws an elbow into the stomach of Taylor Moffitt, and none of the officials could catch it there. So a little bit of a chippy physical play on the half of the Bucks. Here with 5:59 left to go in the third, 20-point game. Back at the court comes the Tetons. Field, and she's going to be fouled by Delaney. So now there's some chirping from the Dawson bench coming. So this one, Tetons will have to be sure to play smart here, as this one starting to get a little more chippy as we continue. Taylor Moffitt still making sure she's not bleeding from the nose. Gets an inbound pass, calls for a high screen, long pass over to Morrison. Morrison looking, can't find anybody. She'll put her on the deck. Jump stop up on top to Harris. She'll dribble over to Fields. Fields with the drive. She pulls it back out. Up on top to his bad horse. Finds Morrison underneath, and there's going to be a foul on Kylie Oldham, who hit Morrison in the nose on the way up. Took a big swipe at that one. So that'll be 2 more shots coming from Tilda Morrison here. 5:38. Now the Tetons checking on Morrison. Moffitt doing a good job there. I think the two of them making sure that each other are all right as they've taken some shots here over the past minute. Third foul on Kylie Odell, putting Morrison back on the stripe for a pair. First one on the way is going to be take a high bounce, no good. As Moffitt and his bad horse are into rebound for Williston State. So Morrison tucking in her jersey before she gets the second of two. Now Stowaway out on the court. Now they give Morrison the ball. She'll try to go 50% from the line. She's knocked down 1 of 3, makes it 1 of 4 from the strike. Delaney pulls down the board. She pushes it up the court, drives to the near wing. Odell on top of the perimeter, waiting for a high screen from Old Coyote. Gonna work it. Odell gets it off to Old Coyote, works on Morrison, and there's gonna be a travel called in the lane by Old Coyote. That'll be a turnover, and for Dawson, Coach Weber right in the ear, and he's gonna pick up a technical foul as he's barking right in the ear of the official. So that'll be a pair of free throws coming for the Tetons. As we'll see who Williston State will send to the stripe. It looks like it's going to be Kansas, his bad horse, at the line. 5:22 left to go. Kansas at the stripe for the technical free throw on the way, and that one rolls off the rim. The Tetons have gone cold from the stripe and is now looking to get another one and cruise it back to the largest lead of the game. Currently at 20, trying to push it to 21. His bad horse knocks down her second of two. And that will be Teton ball after the technical foul results in the 2 shots plus the ball. Field looking to inbound the ball. Gets it into the backcourt to Moffitt. Moffitt will cross over on Oldelk, and there's going to be a foul and a reach-in called on Kylie Oldelk. That's going to be number 4 on her. So she'll come out of the game for the Bucks, and there's going to be a technical foul called on Kylie Oldelk, so that will be it for her. So 2 technical fouls in about a minute of play for the Buccaneers. So in is Samantha Soto for Kylie Oldelk. And now the officials are conferring for Williston State. So we'll have to see who we have out on the court for the Bucks. And it will be 2 shots, so it will be his bad horse back at the stripe to take the 2 shots. So Coach Triplett talking with his girls as Coach Triplett now, a little miscommunication between the girls as Coach Triplett talking to Taylor Moffitt just across the half-court line as he's saying, hey, don't let it get into your head with all the physical and trippy play. His bad horse at the stripe, 46-25. His bad horse, 1 shot is up and good. After this one, it may be Taylor Moffitt's turn to take some free throws as his bad horse makes her first of 2 from the stripe. Next one is up and good, so his bad horse knocked down both of these. That'll be Taylor Moffitt's turn to shoot a pair from the line. As both teams now will be getting into the blocks to rebound. And officials still conferring here as the Buccaneers are into rebound. Teton still pulled back on the logo. Moffitt at the stripe for a pair of shots here with 5:16 left to go. Taylor from the stripe for her first one. That one will rattle out, no good. She'll have one more coming. 48-25. Tetons on the high side. Moffitt at the line for her second of 2. On the way, and that one is good. So Moffitt gets the 2 shots. 3 of 4 from the stripe for Williston State makes it 49-25. Delaney works her way up on top. Gets it over to Soto. Soto working her way around, finds Skeens. Skeens looking down low for Old Coyote. Nothing there. Woods on top of the perimeter. Pushes over. Finds Old Coyote on the low post. Gets into the body of Lordson. A good defense by the the Tetons. Offensive rebound again by the Buccaneers. He's going to come away with it, dribble it off her foot, picks it up before it gets into the backcourt, finds it over to Soto. Underneath to Woods, working on Morrison, out to Soto. She'll take off. Through defense by Moffitt, up on top to Old Kyle. Little shimmy. She gets down to the paint, going to be up and no good. Tipped up in the air. She puts it back up. That one's going to be no good. Tipped around, finally going to be pulled down by Harris. Flips over to Moffitt. She'll push it up the court. Under 4.5 left to go. Morrison, bounce pass underneath, and there's going to be, as the field gets knocked to the ground, they're just going to say it's out of bounds on the Tetons. So the officials, now after a couple of technicals, are letting everything go. 4:24 left to go in the third quarter. It's been an ugly third. We have a media timeout on the court. We'll be back for more in 1 minute.
When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the counsel of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste anywhere they can. You never know when your best friend will nudge across the table and grab for it. A stranger could suddenly swipe it, or your little brother might just ask for one too many sips. Sit down and listen to this. Who you're with, while you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, you're ready to protect it at all times. Because one sip begs the question, is this the best Coke ever? Take a taste and see.
Maintaining his case to another official. This time it appears to be more civil, although he is still showing his disgruntled attitude out of the court. Sharice Carlander at the game for the first time for Williston State. Delaney's going to raise it up the court. Beats Carlander. Here comes a trap for Williston State. They get over to Soto. Back to Delaney. She's going to look. Attack. Get to the elbow. Over to Skeens. Baseline drive from Skeens. And they're going to call a foul on Coonsey. As that'll be Skeens going to the stripe. So Coonsey picks up her second personal, second team foul in the third quarter. 4:10 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. 49-25. Tetons have the lead. So Skeens at the stripe for her first of two. On the way, that one is going to roll in there. Point for Skeens and the Buccaneers, now 49-26. Shifting around as the Buccaneers pull back both of their forwards to play defense. As Skeens at the stripe for her next one. Full court press coming for the Bucs. Next one from Skeens is going to be up and good. 2 for 2 from the line that trip. Pass goes over to Moffitt as the defense pulls back. Moffitt will be guarded by Soto. Over to Coonsey. Hands it back to Taylor Moffitt, working her way around, looking for Harris. Gets it over on the post extended. She'll pull it back to the perimeter. And be thrown away. A sloppy pass into the hands of Woods. Gets it to Old Kyle. She has it tipped away. Keeps it alive, dribbling between her legs. Gets it off to Soto up on top. Garcia set to come back into the game for Williston State. Soto on the near wing. Looking for Delaney. Gets her as Delaney pops out. Works it around the top of the perimeter. Here she looks to drive now. Past Carlander. Kicks it to Skeens in the corner for three. Got her to go. So Skeens has scored 5 straight points in the game. Makes it 49-30. Here comes Moffitt and the Tetons back up the court. Long pass over to Harris. Harris will get to the elbow. Pulls it back along the perimeter. Over to Carlander on the wing. Carlander kicks to the screen. Drives. Pull-up jumper from 8 feet. That's off the mark. No good. Pulled down by Woods and the Buccaneers. Garcia set to come back into the game for Williston State on the next stop. Closing in on 3 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. Soto over to Skeens, back to Soto, picks up a double high screen, working her way around, step back, nothing there, over to Delaney, working away, shipped away from Moffitt, and they're going to get a touch foul called on Taylor Moffitt. That'll be her fourth, so it'll be Fields to the check back in along with Garcia. Moffitt and Harris will be coming out of the game, Fields and Garcia coming in, and then for the Bucs, Soto going out and Chancinoli coming in. 2:56 remaining in quarter number 3. Tetons up 49-30. This one grinding down to an ugly game still. 13 minutes left to go. Inbound play goes to Skeens. Looking underneath for Old Kyle. Can be poked away by Garcia. Skeens able to pick it back up. Over to Chancinoli. Now to Delaney. Woods on the high post, finds Chancelloli, little post-to-post screen. They get underneath the Woods, and they're going to call Morrison on a ticky-tack foul. So anything on the touchdown low as Kansas, his bad horse, will check back in the game for Tilda Morrison. And they have Morrison picking up her second. Kansas back into the game. Inbound play coming from underneath their own basket for the Bucks. 20 fresh seconds on the shot clock. Woods passing up down low. Old Coyote gets it on the high post, working on Coonsey. Just about tipped away, up on top to Skeens. Hands it back to Old Coyote. Fires from range. That one's not going to hit anything. And can't be saved from going out of bounds. So that'll give the ball back to Williston State. 2.5 left to go in the third. Full court press coming for the Bucks. They get it into Carlander, back to Field. She'll push it off. Man-to-man pressure now up the rest of the way for the Buccaneers. Field over to Garcia on the wing. Picks up a screen from Coonsey. Give and go, not there. Now finds her on the high post. Woods pokes it away. Garcia gets it, flips it up on top to his bad horse. Open three. That one's going to be off the back of the iron. No good. Taken, tipped out of bounds by Chancelloli, and the Buccaneers will give it back to Williston State as they have 10 seconds, fresh 20 on the shot clock. Inbound play coming for the Tetons. Field gets it into Garcia. She's going to look to drive. Gets the charity stripe. Flips it underneath. Again, a tip away from Woods. And Tetons still not looking effective offensively here in this third quarter. Old Coyote will get it off to Skeens. Works it up. Delaney has it now on top. She'll take a couple of dribbles, pull it back out along the perimeter. Calls for a high screen. Old Coyote sets up. Woods and Old Coyote in a stack. Over to Skeens. Garcia begging her to drive right. Up on top to Delaney. Back to Skeens. Old Coyote calling for the low post. Nothing there. Delaney now on the drave. Steps through. Chancelloli on the drive. She's going to get underneath, and a foul. In and out it goes. Therese Carlander will pick up a foul, and that will put Chancelloli at the stripe as Tia Conradson will be set to check back into the game for Williston State. Tia's going to be coming in the game for Therese. A couple of freshmen checking in and out for each other as the Tetons try to find some offensive cohesion here in the remaining 1:39 of the third quarter. Chancelloli's first one is going to be up and good. Lead for the Tetons is down to 18 points, 49-31. Next one on the way for Chancelloli and the Buccaneers. Second of two on the way. That one is up and good as well. 2 for 2. That time for the line out, 49-42. Field flips it into Carlander. She'll work her way up the court. Here comes a long pass over to his bad horse. Underneath, and Skeens going to poke it away from Coonsey, and can't save it from going out of bounds, so Tetons just narrowly avoided turning it over again. 1:30 left to go in the quarter. Conradson set to trigger from the far corner. Garcia comes and gets the ball on the far wing. She forces it down underneath. Old Coyote take it away, but no, back to Conradson for three from the wing. Off the mark, no good. Pulled back down by Field. Elizabeth Field puts it up in, and the Tetons get a much-needed basket and to stop the scoreless streak from the court. Delaney up on top, waiting for a high screen from Evelyn Old Coyote. Harris to come back in for the Tetons on the next stop. Closing in on a minute left to play. Chancelloli over to Skeens on the near wing. She picks up a wood screen, pick and roll, not there. On top to Old Coyote. Old Coyote, we're going to see him lose a handle, out of bounds it will go, and they're going to give it back to Williston State here with 55 seconds left to go. So it'll be Garcia checking out of the game. Harris coming back in as a little bit more should be played from the Buccaneers as Evelyn Old Coyote gave a little bit of a shoulder bump on her way back up the court. Inbound play goes to Harris. She'll pull it up, being guarded by Skeens. Harris working her way through Field. With help, long pass over to Conradson, who take a big bump from Woods. And Conradson being helped up by Field. And Peterson set to check back in for Dawson. So Mackenzie Peterson has seen a large chunk on the bench. And that is... Scoreboard has number 4 on the game for Woods, so picking up her 4th foul. So Woods with number 4, Peterson back into the game, and at the line is Tia Conradson for a pair. First one up for Connerton. That'll roll off the front of the rim. No good. Tetons have went cold from everywhere, including the charity stripe here in this third quarter. They're up 51-32, up 19 points. And one of the officials having some words for Evelyn Old Coyote in between free throws here. Next one from Connerton on the mark. And that one will drop in there for Connerton. Gets her first point of the game. Tetons back up by 20. 43 seconds left to go in the quarter. Delaney on top of the perimeter for the Bucks. Looking to get it off. Finally on the perimeter. Finds Skeens. Back up to Delaney. Old Coyote calling for it on the low post. Calling it over to Chatsinoli. A post-to-post screen. Looking on top for Peterson. Peterson gets a good slip, and they're going to call a foul on Coonsey. That'll be Mackenzie Peterson going back to the stripe, and she has paid dividends coming back into the game. Coach Triplett arguing his case with the officials here with 26 seconds left to go in the quarter as Peterson's at the line with a chance to chip the lead back down to 18 points. Peterson is at the line for her first of two. Soft off the front of the iron, no good. She'll have one more coming. 26 seconds left to go. Tetons will get one last look at the bucket. Peterson, reigning Mondeck Conference Player of the Week, puts the next one up. That's going to be no good. Coonsey comes down to the board. Long pass over to his dead horse. She'll give it to Connerton. Works her way off the court. Chatsinoli meets her at the timeline. And he handed off to Harris. High screen. Harris just inside the arc. Jump shot. No good. Offensive rebound. Back to Connerton for three. Tia knocks down the triple. And the Tetons stretch it back out to 23. 5 seconds left. Chatsinoli will get a good look. 3 seconds left. She's going to drive on Connerton. She's going to throw one up. Hits the side of the backboard. And no good. So the Tetons stretch the lead back out to 23 points. And a rough and ugly game here at the well in Williston. Will enter the fourth quarter here in 60 seconds. We'll take that timeout as well. We'll be back in 1 minute.
McDonald's of Williston is proud to support all the Williston State Teton athletic teams and would like to wish them success this season. McDonald's would like to thank the community of Williston and the surrounding area for your patronage over the years. Hey, the next time you're in town, stop by McDonald's for a great meal or a quick snack. McDonald's of Williston. Breakfast, lunch, or dessert, come on into McDonald's of Williston. Proud to be a part of Teton Athletics and proud to be part of the Williston community.
One of your choices for financial institutions, really the best, is the West. Western Cooperative Credit Union is money done the Western way. WCCB provides you with good old-fashioned Western hospitality. Every time you walk through our door, you people like neighbors ought to treat each other. Because that's just who we are, neighbors. So head west. You know you're here when you see the bison on our side. Join the herd at Western Cooperative Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Tetons on the court with Harris, Coonsey, Connerton, Field, and his bad horse. Out for the Buccaneers who are just entering the court, it will be Peterson, Chatsinoli, Skeens, as well as Old Coyote and Delaney. If the third quarter is anything what's in store for the fourth, this one will be just as physical. The Buccaneers have already been assessed a couple of technicals, and they could have had a chance for a couple of flagrants at the very least. On top of that, Old Coyote working on Coonsey. Steps through, gives it a Skeens. She's going to lose the ball, pick it back up. She'll pull it back out. Old Coyote from the perimeter. Underneath to Peterson. Peterson puts it out. That'll be up and in. Mackenzie Peterson with two more. Now 55-34. Connerson's going to push it past Chatsinoli along the perimeter. She'll drive, head off to his bad horse. Crossover on Old Coyote. Step through off the backboard, up and in. Kansas, his bad horse with the field goal in the paint. Back 57-34. Delaney driving, poked away from behind by Field. Gives it up to Harris. Harris pushing the court. She'll cross over across the timeline. Over on the wing to Connerton. Baseline drive cut off. Back to Harris. Looking to cross court. His bad horse wide open for three from Kansas. That's ball can hit anything. Old Coyote pulls down the rock and she'll push it up the court for the Bucks. Gets into the paint. Little running layup. No good. Pulled down by Coonsey. Gets it off to Harris. Long flip shot up or pass up the field. Had Connerton, but too close of an angle. Get back the other way. Coonsey puts it up and in. Mid-range jumper. Allison Coonsey's having a sensational game. Morrison said to check back in. Brianna Oldelk and Elena Woods in. Also Moffitt and Garcia coming back in for Williston State. Up on top, Chattanooga has it. High screen coming from Woods. Chattanooga got away with a big push off. Delaney with a jump hook will drop in there. 2 more points for the Bucks. Tetons just looking to get through this one as it's been physical and chippy this remaining third quarter and second half. Harris with a behind-the-back dribble gets underneath to Coonsey, and Coonsey's going to be hammered by Old Coyote. That was an Allison Coonsey to the stripe for a couple, and that is going to be the third on Old Coyote, who will come out of the game. So Old Coyote checking out, Woods coming in, and also Chattanooga going out, and Brianna Oldelk coming in. Tetons check out of the game. Now they have on the court, it will be at the stripe. Allison Coonsey knocks down her first free throw. Also up there is now Moffitt, Conradson, and his bad horse with two of the Mertson set to check in on the next stop. He'll be coming in for Coonsey. Coonsey at the stripe for her second of 2. Up and rattles home. Allison still good from the line for Williston State as Tilda Morrison will check in. Buccaneers have the ball. 8:14 left to go. 61-36. Back up to a 25-point lead for Williston State. Delaney has the ball up on top. Brianna Oldelk coming to get it now on top of the perimeter. Skeens. Good play. Pass underneath over to Peterson. Stolen away by Morrison. Back up the court comes Garcia. She peels off to the near wing. Picks up a screen. Gets up to a high post. Over to Morrison. Nothing doing there. She puts it on the deck to Conradson. Hands it a little give and go miscommunication between Conradson and his bad horse, and that'll be out of bounds. Turning it back over are the Tetons. Brianna Oldelk will be coming out of the game for the Bucks. She was in there for just a couple of minutes. Checking in is Miriam Belito. Her first time in. Belito gets into Woods in the corner. She'll put it back up to the far wing. Now finds Skeens on top. Looking for Delaney. Nothing there. Skeens puts it on the dribble. Hands it off to Belito. Belito gets it off now to Woods. Looking underneath for Peterson. Another steal by Morrison. Her second straight in consecutive possessions. The Tetons get another takeaway. And there's a stoppage on the court. Must have been a clock malfunction as they are now, clock had not moved from 30 seconds, so they'll take a couple of seconds off. They'll put it at 27, and the Tetons will have 7 seconds to get it across. Inbound play goes to Taylor Moffitt, guarded by Delaney. Long pass up to Morrison. Garcia cutting through, back to Moffitt on top of the perimeter. She picks it a high post to his bad horse. Long two-point shot on the way. Kansas knocks it down as she is finally getting some work from inside the paint. Tetons up by 27, 63-36. Belito has it on the wing. Finds pass through Skeens up to Woods. Over goes to Delaney. Looking down low for Peterson. Nothing there. Old Coyote set to check in on the next stop. Here comes a drive by Delaney, and she'll be met by Moffitt, who forces the travel. And another turnover by the Buccaneers. Woods is going to check out of the game, and Old Coyote came back in. Her last, right before she came out of the game, she gave a very hard foul to Allison Coonsey. Moffitt back up the court. We'll see if the Tetons attack the post down low. Moffitt driving. Nothing there. Garcia gets it up on top. She picks up a screen from his bad horse. Morrison straight away three-pointer. A raindrop comes up no good. It'll be taken around by Delaney. She pushed it up the court for the Buccaneers. Delaney after the far wing. Tipped away again by Morrison. And then will be another turnover by the Buccaneers, their third straight. Moffitt puts it underneath to Morrison, too far into the basket. Baseline jumper back from Moffitt, who puts it up and in. But Taylor Moffitt with 2 more. Back comes Delaney and the Buccaneers' 29-point Teton lead. 6:05 left to go in the game. Old Coyote on the high post, waiting for action. His bad horse. Good defense to get it off to Skeens on the baseline. She'll pull it back out. Garcia trip, and there's going to be another pass out of bounds. We're going to say it's tipped again by Morrison out. So Till has been playing some fantastic defense on the current player of the week, Mackenzie Peterson. Substitution coming into the game for the Buccaneers. Chattanooga coming in for Delaney here with 5:53 left. Inbound play coming for the Buccaneers underneath their own basket. Chattanooga set to call for action. Along the blocks are the Bucks. Get it up on top to Old Coyote. Waiting in tow is his bad horse, giving her some berth. Chattanooga on top, driving on Moffitt. Will be tipped by Conradson into the hands of Old Coyote. Spin move in the paint, hook jumper up, and Evelyn Old Coyote gets it to go right before the shot clock violation. 65-38. Moffitt screams up the court, gets across the timeline and slows things down. She'll work away on the perimeter. Hands it off to Conradson, bobbles the ball, puts it back on the deck, and there's going to be a foul called on the Buccaneers. That'll be the second team foul, and that one may go on Skeens, and it will just be her first. So the Tetons will inbound from the sideline. 5:26 left to go on the American State Bank scoreboard. 65-38, Tetons on the high side. Moffitt gets the inbound pass, works away to the top of the perimeter, hands it to Conradson, gets a high screen. Now over to Garcia up on top. Morrison underneath his bad horse. Good defense by Old Elk, but his bad horse, so good, just went up and over for the 2-point bucket. Now a 29-point lead for the Tetons. Chattanooga cut off in no man's land with it. Looking for someone to get it off to. Finally finds Evelyn Old Coyote. Old Coyote, big pump fake. His bad horse didn't take the bait. Up on top to Peterson. Calling directions out. 14 on the shot clock. Skeens are going to drive on Connerson. Out up on top to Ndro. Up on top to Ndolito. And another lost pass underneath for Old Coyote to Peterson. Will be out of bounds. Another turnover on the Buccaneers, and that's going to be a media timeout with 4:48 left to go. 67-38. Tetons up on top, looking to just get through this one. We'll be back for more Teton basketball in 1 minute.
From their humble beginnings in 1910 through 4 generations, family-owned First International Bank and Trust has been delivering on the promise to help dreams come true, one customer at a time. Their style of banking places the focus on you first and your overall experience, keeping your best interests in mind and striving to provide smart financial solutions that improve and simplify your life, letting you get back to what matters most. First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to get a great deal on a new or used vehicle. Price sells cars at Williston Auto. We're in the business of beating the deal from any dealer. Go ahead, shop around from Bismarck to Billings. Then bring us their best deal. We'll squish it like a bug and beat it like a rented mule. No animals or insects were injured while making this commercial. Price sells cars at Williston Auto at WillistonAuto.com. See dealer
Michael Knight, top basketball. Tetons have an even working away off the court. Inbound pass goes to Taylor Moffitt, being guarded by Chattanooga. Moffitt puts on the brakes, and Chattanooga goes by into the corner. Tia Conradson, open three, off the mark, no good. Therese Carlander pulls it down. Looking down low, Carlander gets it up to his bad horse. His bad horse with a straightaway three-pointer. Kansas knocks it down for a triple. Extends the lead out now 32 points, 70-38. Chattanooga working away back up the court for the Bucks. Has it on the far wing, being guarded by Moffitt. Gets it over to Skeens, working away. Slow offensive development as another post-to-post screen. Chattanooga drives, and she's going to be fouled by Taylor Moffitt. And that may be it for Moffitt. I believe that may be her 5th foul. She'll foul out with 4:07 left to go. So Moffitt, some tough-nosed defense, but she'll rack up her 5th personal foul. Into the game is coming Alexis Moline as well as Allie Garcia. Moffitt will finish the game with 13 points. Allison Kunze up to 20. So both Moffitt and his bad horse check out of the game. Moline and Garcia are in. Chattanooga at the stripe for 2 shots. She knocks down her first one. And Peterson also checked out of the game at that next stoppage. Woods came in for her. Next one on the way from Chattanooga, up and in. Stays good from the charity stripe. Inbound play coming, gets into Carlander. Back to Connerton. Will push it up the court past Skeens. And he gets a little bit of a seam. Drives down low. Old Coyote's going to pick it away. But it's going to be a 2-on-1 break. Galito is going to be tipped away by Tia Connerton. Good recovery on defense by the Tetons. Not allowed a fast break layup. 30-point lead for the Tetons. 70-40 with 3:55 to go. Inbound play coming for Dawson. Galito gets it in Inbound play to Chacinoli. She's going to pull it up. She's going to hit the deck. Garcia's going to go for the run out. Here comes a 2-on-2. Gets underneath to Moline. And Moline loses it out of bounds. That'll give it back to the Buccaneers here at 3:44 left to go. So we'll see the majority of the second unit in the rest of the way. The only starter in there is Garcia for some sure ball handling. Up on top, Chacinoli has it. Little head and shoulder fake, now working her way around. Flips it up on top to Skeens. Three-pointer on the way. Zoe Skeens with another triple. Making it a 27-point game. Garcia will put it on the deck. She'll look to work her way. Kraft past a couple of defenders. Finally tries an angle. She gets through. Long pass underneath to Moline. She's going to put it up, and Alexis Moline for her first bucket of the game. Teutons back up by 29. Chacinoli up the court. Carlander in tow. Now Teton recovered offensively. Chacinoli on another flip pass back to Skeens. Now to Chacinoli. Working down low on a couple of offensive bucks. Molito gets into the paint, working on Garcia. Garcia with a big block underneath. She'll look to dribble it out and push it up the court. Long pass underneath to Morrison. Morrison gets down underneath, flips it over to Moline off the front of the iron. No good. Bucks come down with the rebound, pulled down by Old Coyote. Peterson said to check in on the next stop. Closing in on 2.5 left to go in the game. Bolito on a long three. Won't hit anything out of bounds. He'll get it back to Williston State. Peterson said to come in. She'll come in for Bolito here with 2:30 on the dot exactly. Conradson gets it into Garcia, who will push it up the court. Long pass over to Carlander on the far wing. Carlander takes a couple of dribbles. Baseline drive. Going to get past. Flips it to Garcia. Three-pointer on the way from Garcia off the front of the iron. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by Skeens. Keeping away from Carlander. Tetons get a fresh 20 on the shot clock with 2:17 left to go. They'll be inbounding from their own baseline. Carlander set to trigger. Waiting for someone to come open. Conradson flashing, no one available. Garcia out on the wing. She's going to drive to the top. Crossover. Step back three-pointer from Garcia. Off the mark, no good. Moline with the rebound. Puts it up and in for two. Alexis Moline with 2 more. She has 4 points in the game. Up by 31. Woods has it. Gets away with a walk up to Old Coyote on top. Peterson fighting against Morrison. Old Coyote has it tipped away from Garcia. Takes an elbow, but no good on the shot. Garcia looking to push it through, and Garcia is going to be called for a technical foul as she had a little bit of frustration. She was stepped over by Elena Woods, and a little bit of frustration by Garcia, and a couple of teammates settle her down here in the last 150 of the game, so the Tetons just want to get through this one. Field's going to check back into the game for Garcia. So it'll be a technical free throws coming. At the stripe will be Elena Woods. And Coach Luke Triplet pulling Garcia out of the game before anything boils over here in the remaining couple of seconds. Coach Weber talking to the officials as they say the substitution is in now. Field is in and Woods is at the stripe for the pair. First one up by Woods is going to rattle off, no good. The Buccaneers will get the ball after the second technical free throw. 74-33, still a minute 50 left to go in the game. Next one on the way for Woods. That's off the back of the iron and no good. So it'll be Buccaneers ball as the Tetons now just looking to salt the way the remaining 150 left to go in this. Inbound play coming for the Bucks. Chatinoli set to trigger. Inbound pass. Chatinoli gets it up on top to Old Coyote. She drives over to the high post. Going to be stolen away by Carlander. Off to the races. Couple in tow. Gets underneath the Fields. Fields has to pull it back out. Up to Moline. Moline looking for options. Over to Carlander. Conradson for 3. Off the mark. No good. Tipped away. Over to Old Coyote. She's going to pick it up. She's going to come away on the ground. Couple of bodies at the floor. Skeen comes away with it. Chatinoli from the wing for 3. Off the mark. And that one will go out of bounds. And we go back to the Tetons here with 1:24 left to go in the game. Substitution coming in for the Bucks. Chatinoli checking out of the game. Back in is Soto. Soto saw a lot more action in the contest the last time these two teams did work. And also Peterson coming out of the game for the Buccaneers. Checking in for the first time will be Shelby Huff, her first action of the game. Carlander pushed it off the court against the full court press defense, and she's going to be pushed by Woods, and now there's going to be a foul called. So Carlander will pick up the foul, and that one is going to go against Old Coyote. So Evelyn Old Coyote will pick up her fourth personal, third team in the fourth quarter. 1:18 left to go. Tetons get a fresh 20. Inbound play coming. Field gets it over to Moline. Works on Old Coyote. Puts it up off the mark. No good. Soto with the rebound. She's going to cross over in front of Fields. Gets it off to Old Coyote. Push it up the court. Closing in on the last minute left to go in the game. Old Coyote to Soto. Pump fake. She'll pull it back up. Entry pass underneath. Turn around. Hook shot up. No good. Pulled down by Field. She'll dribble it through traffic. Pull it away. Long pass up to Moline. Over to Conradson. On the baseline. Here's Carlander up. That rattles out. No good. Soto comes down with the rebound. Back of the court comes the Buccaneers. Soto tries to flip it behind her back. Loses the handle. And manages to regain control over the Skeens. Under 40 seconds left to go. Soto on the baseline alone. Puts it up and in. Samantha Soto for 2 points. Will make it 74-53. Conradson over to Fields, crosses the timeline. 4-second differential between the shot and the play clock. Carlander has it on the far wing, driving on Old Coyote, having it tipped away. Woods comes away with it. Shot clock is off, and Dawson can hold for the last shot in the game. Soto from the wing gets it underneath to Shelby Huff. Up on top to Zoe Skeens for three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound's going to come down. Old Coyote gets it underneath to Woods. Morrison will hold on to the ball. The final 5 seconds left to go. She'll flip it off to Moline, and the Tetons will come away with a 74-45 win. An ugly game. Tempers were boiling over on both sides as the Tetons now advance to 10-0 in the conference on the year, picking up a 29-point win over Dawson Community College and the Buccaneers. And a good sign of sportsmanship as Allie Garcia making sure she gives a hug to Elena Woods and says, hey, sorry about that. I got let the Tempers get the best of me out on the court. So the Tetons come away with the big win, and they come and they hold on to their one-game lead of first place in the Mondac Conference. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the post-game report here from the Well in Williston.
On Sunday, the NFL team is always playing at Buffalo Wild Wings with 63 HD TVs having the NFL package. Do not miss a minute of action. Enjoy wings, salads, sandwiches, and more as your teams take the field. Come in and fan up while enjoying the variety of beers on tap from kickoff to the final whistle. Located at 417 Rigo Drive in Williston, North Dakota, football lives here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
G&G Pharmacy, an independently owned retail pharmacy committed to providing you top-notch customer service from their friendly, fast, and knowledgeable staff. Open 7 days a week. G&G Pharmacy offers the convenience of a drive-thru window and a traditional retail store. Ellis and Doug's is available at the downtown Service Truck location. And no more wondering when your prescription's ready. Use the mobile app or receive a text message when it's ready from G&G Pharmacy. 572-RXRX. That's 572-7979.
Your education should have improved your life on hold. Wherever you are in life, Williston State College has you covered. With their flexible and convenient associate and associate of applied science programs, you can take classes fully online to meet the needs of your lifestyle. With 13 CTE and 15 academic programs to choose from, our dedicated faculty are here to help you achieve your career goals. Visit wilistonstate.edu/apply or call 701-774-4200 to learn more. Williston State College, where people make the difference.
American State Bank and Trust Company of Williston is proud to support area student activities. We salute the dedication of all students involved in sports and other extracurricular school activities. Your hard work and dedication shows in the gym, on the field, and in the classroom. ASB has accounts and services to fit a student's busy lifestyle, too. Check them out at asbt.com. Here to make our community better, that's American State Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. When you're looking for a new or a different home, seek the Now some of the professionals at Basin Brokers. Basin Brokers has offices in Plentywood, Montana, Watford City, and Williston. The realtors at Basin Brokers know the market and will help you find the home that fits your requirements and budget. They're happy to answer all your questions about the area. The real estate office you want to know is Basin Brokers in Watford City, Plentywood, and Williston. Find them online at basinbrokers.com.
So you need a new vehicle. You've done your homework, and a new Honda would be perfect. Reliable, fuel-efficient, stylish, perfect. But where do you go? Why not your hometown Honda dealer? Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston. We have a nice selection of affordable new Hondas, and when it comes time for service, Ryan Honda's authorized Honda Service Center will keep your Honda running its best for years. Come see us today. Your full-service hometown Honda dealership. Ryan Honda at Ryan Motors in Williston, or shop RyanHonda.net.
Postgame of the women's game, pregame of the men's game. Here, 17 minutes left to go before the men tip off. And taking a look at the postgame report for the women's game at the First International Bank and Trust postgame show. The Tetons won 74-58. Quarter-by-quarter scoring breakdown. Tetons beat the Bucks in the first quarter 26-19. Second quarter 16-12. Third quarter 13-11. And the fourth quarter 19-13. They got the win in all four quarters en route to the rout, 74-45. Take a look at scoring, starting off with the Dawson Community College Buccaneers. Mackenzie Peterson and Zoe Skeens both had 8 points in the game to lead the way. Kylie Oldelk and Brianna Oldelk each with 6. Lorenzi Chancinoli with 7 points in the game. 4 points from Danica Delaney. 2 points each from Evelyn Old-Tryout, Samantha Soto, and Elena Woods. Looking at the lead rebounders for the Buccaneers, Mackenzie Peterson had 12 rebounds in the game. She had 9 rebounds at the half, so the Tetons held her to just 3 rebounds in the second. She had 7 defensive rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, 35 total rebounds for the Bucks. They were actually a +6 in the rebounding column. 24 defensive, 11 offensive rebounds for the Buccaneers. Shooting in the game for the Bucks, they were 17 of 54 from the field for 31%, 3 of 19 from deep for 15%, and 8 of 12 from the line for 66%. They had 11 assists on those 17 made baskets, 7 steals, 2 blocks, 20 turnovers in the game. Looking at Williston State in the Tetons, they had 4 players in double digits, led by Allison Coonsey, who had 20 points. She was 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line. Taylor Moffitt had 15 points in the game. She had 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 4 from deep, and 8 of 9 from the line. Kansas, his bad horse, ended up with 10 points. All 10 of those points came in the second half. 4 points each in from Tia Conradson and Alexis Moline, and then 3 points added by Allie Garcia, Tilda Morrison, and Cammie Harris. Tetons in the game shot 26 of 56 for 46%, 7 of 24 from beyond the arc for just 29%, and 15 of 21 from the stripe for 71%. Tetons pulled down a total of 29 rebounds. They were led in rebounding by Elizabeth Field. She had 6 defensive, 3 offensive rebounds. Tetons 29 total, 23 defensive, 6 offensive. On those 26 made field goals, 16 assists for the Tetons, 9 steals, 7 blocks led by his bad horses 4, and Garcia having 3, 12 turnovers, and 12 personal fouls in the game. The Tetons come away 74-45. They stay on top in the Mondeck Conference with a perfect 10-0 record, and also they keep just with 2 losses overall on the year. Their record does improve now to 17-2 on the year. So impressive 23-24 campaign for Tetons women's basketball continues right here in Williston. 13 and a half minutes before we get underway for game number 2 from Williston. We're going to step away for a 6-minute timeout.